Yo, what's up?
Chris, where you at, man?
Yo, I'm on the way, right?
Look, we gotta shoot the show, man. Do not be late.
Yo, I'm literally in the Uber right now.
You're not in the Uber. You're gonna be late.
I am in the Uber. Why would
You're
I lie about
always
that?
late, brother.
Let's go! Feast your eyes, them boys is here. King and Christian, you know we making noise this year. Relatively speaking, we a couple of greats. You know I'm down to rap, but it ain't up for debate. We had enough of the hate from you internet trolls. You see the names, man, just give us the throne, cause it's on. And we got something to say, it's gonna be something to see. Now it's a family gathering, you should RSVP. Now let's
One
go.
young
Young fly, flashy, living his life. The other tucking in the kids, staying in with the wife. Whether it's 9 to 5 or knee deep in the game, how could they be so different but one and the same? This Pacino, De Niro, Stockton Malone. Ideas, jokes, and wisdom off the top of the dome. And we got something to say, it's gonna be something to see. Now it's a family gathering, you should RSVP. Now let's go. MJ or LeBron, is it Nas or Sean? Everybody looking for the greatest of all time. Entertainment, sports, faith, political views. Curators of the culture that's bigger than views. Let's have a real discussion. We ain't concealing nothing. Who'd have thought the nephew and uncle now is really brothers? We got something to say, it's gonna be something to see. Now it's a family gathering, you should RSVP. Now let's go. Yeah, relatively speaking. Woo.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the family. This is Relatively Speaking, hot news show where we talk about everything from sports, politics, religion, so forth and so on. I am one of your hosts, King. To my left, got my nephew, Christian. What's up, fam?
It's your boy Chris Cannon, aka Christian. What's up? We in here. You feeling this?
I am feeling
Are you feeling
this.
good about this?
Listen, man, it's been a long time coming.
Yes, sir.
Been waiting for this to happen. And we already told you guys that we got a surprise for you coming on this very first show.
Had to do it.
A lot of red tape. All right.
Oh, my
a lot
God.
of red tape. Had to get lawyers involved.
Whatever.
So we got contracts and everything
types of
signed.
non-disclosure
everything.
agreements.
Finally got everything done, so we can now mention our other co-host,
Thank God.
my man Rod Z.
Really? Really, guys?
Listen, it was
Red
a
tape?
lot
Really?
to get this guy here, and we finally got him on the show, man. So this is what we're gonna do. It's us three. We got my nephew. We got my play cousin. Relatively speaking, this is just how we do it.
Yeah.
We first want to just let you guys know a little bit about us. Me coming from the radio background, did radio for plenty of years. Shout out to Heaven 1580 back there, WPGC, all the family. And then, of course, we got my nephew here.
Yeah.
Tell him a little bit about yourself, nephew.
Okay. All right. Well, my 3rd grade recital went well.
Okay. We going all the way back.
My name Chris Cannon. I'm from Washington, D.C., born and raised, moved to Orlando 4 or 5 years ago, about 5 years ago now.
Dang, it's been that long?
It's been a minute, bro. I'm
5
almost
years.
a Floridian now.
Dang.
A couple more years. But what can I say about myself, man? Like I said in the intro, just knee deep in the game, knee deep in what I call purpose. I'm an artist, I'm a musician, I'm a minister, I try to dabble in different realms of projecting my message, getting my message across, and this is another platform for that. So
Now the minister
I'm excited
thing,
about this.
that's something new, right?
You said the minister thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's relatively new, relatively speaking. That's a new thing. That's a new thing.
How long has that have been in place?
Officially, it's probably been like 2 years, but
Okay.
1 year like really like full time, like being my main focus and something that I'm heavily invested in, like taking up a good majority of my time.
And you're at Live
Church Orlando. Shout out Live Church Orlando. Shout out my pastor Ty Tribbett. I love y'all. It's family over there.
So, being that it's our first show, pretty interesting already. We got a little bit of
little controversy already.
got a little controversy
Little
already.
Little kickback. I like it.
Yeah, and we
Set
want
it
to
off.
address the elephant in the room.
Set it off.
Yeah,
Set it off.
We don't want to act like we don't know what's going on out there.
We ain't never scared.
We first want to thank everybody for the response to the video that
Man,
we did, the
it was
commercial we
crazy.
did.
Thank y'all,
It's
man.
absolutely
We're
crazy.
gonna have to do some more commercials.
Yeah, because we got to get this guy.
Yeah,
We got to figure out what we're gonna have to pay him and all that type of stuff, so we can do another commercial.
There you go again.
But on the first commercial, man, I'm sure some people are kind of like taken back when they say when they hear you say you're a minister. And so, what would you say to the people that would say that the commercial can put you in like a hypocritical light?
What would I say or what should I say?
Let's go with what you should say.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. What I would say is, and I think you'll agree with me on this. One thing that's really important to me as a believer is really breaking like religious culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Breaking the mentality of cookie cutter, everything got to be a certain way. At the end of the day, we all different people. What I would say is, one, if you're judging anybody based off of a 1 minute and a half video, it says more about your character than mine.
Wow.
The main thing that the Bible is clear about is to not judge others and to love others, period. Even if I'm dead in the wrong.
Right.
It should be love before judgment. One. Two, and I think you'll agree with this too, one of the biggest problems of the church that we all don't like is how the church, or some people in the church, project their weaknesses onto you.
Right.
So because they can't handle something, or because if they do something, it'll lead them to outside of moderation and doing something in access, that it's just completely illegal and nobody can do it. And, you know, I just believe in freedom. I believe in personal relationship. And God setting the tone for you and what you can and cannot do. So people saw, if you haven't seen the commercial, well, obviously you've seen the commercial, but if you hadn't heard about the controversy, there's a scene where I'm talking to a young lady. There's a scene where I'm sitting at a bar.
Right.
But then at the same time, there's a scene where I'm walking and I see a homeless guy and I stop and I talk with him and I give him some money. I give him a hot dog and I pray with him.
I want to stop you right there.
Which is my real life.
I want to stop you right there because one thing that they may not know is that was an actual real homeless person in that video.
Yeah.
And you actually gave him money.
I actually gave him money.
Gave him food.
Gave him a hot dog.
And that was a real prayer.
Real loud was like, yo, homie, I really want to pray with you. Like, I really want to
that wasn't
So the crazy thing is that part was real, but at the bar, I was drinking water.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy flip on how people
y'all
think.
owe that man some money. He got rights. I'm going to be his.
See, this is.
We already got to deal with your contract.
Now we got to pay the homeless guy.
Homeless.
Listen, we had him sign a non-disclosure
free labor
waiver.
off the homeless man.
But
Red Rock Cape Z.
Here's my question, which is kind of interesting, man. You're single.
I am single.
And
Single.
Mingle
life. What I'm saying is, as a single Christian, are you not allowed to get a phone number?
I don't understand.
How does it work?
Lord have mercy.
I don't understand.
If you're single, you should be out there. It say when a man findeth a wife, how he gonna find her? And he don't
ain't out there looking.
If you don't look.
You know the old. Well, it's good women at the church.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
We're not gonna go to that.
Definitely not
gonna do that.
Skip that.
That's next episode.
That's 2 episodes.
But yeah, man, I agree with that. Like, a man find his wife, find a good thing. I mean, there's several examples of people in the Bible who, I mean, if you look at Boaz, but in the way he went at Ruth, it's like, bro, man, you gotta, when you see what you want, you gotta go after it.
Hey,
Period.
I'm not mad at it. Matter of fact, one of my reasons that a lot of people may not know this, I used to be a youth minister. I used to be on a gospel radio station. I used to actually do inspirational rap.
Gospel artist,
yeah, I was a gospel artist. And now, I don't even go to church. I'm not a heathen, if that's what y'all thinking, but I just don't have no church home because...
Speak on that, bro.
You'll be back. You'll be back.
Yeah, hopefully.
You'll be back.
I can tell you right now...
You just gotta find the right one.
Yeah, if I go back home, I know where I'll be going.
Right.
Shout out to
Zion.
Keith Battle.
Crazy.
Which is too relatable to me.
Crazy.
The dudes just got it.
Yeah.
But I've been in church all my life. And when you've been in church that long, and then you get to see behind the curtain, if you can understand what I mean, when you in the gospel industry and then you go on the radio and then you become an artist and you get to kind of see how things really operate behind the scenes. And then you see the church games and the stuff that go on and all the politics of it. I just realized that me going to church and being in that atmosphere wasn't really contributing to my relationship with God. I know some people may argue with me on this, but I feel like within the last 5 or 6 years that I haven't been going to church, my relationship with God has got a lot stronger because I couldn't depend on the church.
Yeah.
I had to depend on my relationship with God. I didn't have, the church to run to and say this, and that. It was like I had to run to God.
That's heavy.
And I have a question about, is it really church or is that people's ideal or thoughts of religion. Because not all churches per se are the same.
No, they're not.
So I would even go so far as to say it was probably a lot of people's religion that caused the controversy. Their thought of what they think religion is or how you should be in a religious setting. Going back to this brother, and aren't we all ministers of some sort, or should be some type of minister? It's not just the pastor or the minister's job.
Point, though. I think that speaks to his point is that I don't have to go to a church to be the church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we are the church. The church is just 4 walls and a roof. But that's what we call it.
But the Bible does talk about it, and I don't want us to go off and just turn this into a church show.
We're not going to do that, but we're going to talk about what we want to talk about.
People can relate to this, though.
Yeah,
people can relate to this.
But the Bible does talk about us fellowshipping with our brothers and sisters in Christ. And so when you say that, I think the church, the people in the church don't realize that, like he said, it's not the building. We are the church. And a lot of times people get turned off, not because of the church itself or religion. A lot of times they get turned off because of us. I got a joke where I say about women be saying, her dress too short. Give her one of yours.
Listen, I've heard somebody say there'd be a lot more Christians if it wasn't for Christians.
That's true. So,
like,
and my pastor says all the time, the church don't got problems. People bring problems. And we're all saying the same thing. So, what would you say to the forsaking the assembling of the saints?
I would say I'm assembling with the saints right now.
You go to Bedside Baptist.
I'm not even saying I go to Bedside Baptist. I mean, because I do go, but I feel like this type of fellowship right here is more than enough. Like, there's churches that have small groups, and they have small groups for a reason. You know, now I'm not bashing people that want to go to church on Sunday. No. I mean, my nephew goes, you go. I'm just saying, for me, it was more so of a personal reason with my personal relationship with God. I just felt like, why would I force myself to be in an atmosphere that I know makes me uncomfortable and I don't like? If I'm going to go to church and not get anything, then what's the point? Like, I'm not just going to go and just sit so I can look like, and we got a lot of people that want to look like they, you know, they love God, or they want that appearance. So I'm going to go to church every Sunday so I can look like I'm really about it, and then don't even live like that. Listen, I ain't been to church. I ain't had a church home in 5-6 years. Wow. Okay? Been married 4 years. Never stepped out on my wife and never will. Right? Like, that's just what it is. 100% faithful. I ain't got to have text messages, phone numbers, pictures, anything like that. So, you know, it's some people that's in church every Sunday and just is raggedy.
And texting in service.
Yeah, just texting in service. Wait till I
I think the powerful.
When I get out of here, I'm gonna come lay on the hands.
I think the powerful thing about this whole message that's being spread right now is that as a viewer, you can fit in any one of these categories, and at least from us, there's no judgment. Like, you know what I mean?
There's no judgment for me.
There's no judgment. It's all about what you believe. It's all about your heart, and that's what I believe.
I go to church because I'm trying to get it right. I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Like, my left arm hurting right now. So I'm trying to make sure I'm on the up and up with Jesus. I need all the help I can get.
This dude,
I know
on this first podcast.
Listen, I ain't gonna even say you know how people say arm hurt right now.
I'm not saying I only happen, but the ratings might go up.
I'm not how people say.
Like, yo,
I know how I used to be.
Show.
That's
you know how
funny.
people say, I know how I used to be.
Right.
I'm not even saying that. I say, I know how I am
right now.
You know, people always try to give you this. No, I know how I am. I need to be at the church. Like, I'm that dude. I need to go to church.
Yeah. So as you can see,
everybody got their own thing. That's all I'm saying.
Relatively speaking, this is what we do. We speak about relative things. This show is going to go from, like I said, religion, politics, money. Some stuff we're going to agree on. A lot of stuff we may not. But that's the beauty of the show, is to give us an opportunity to just talk and, you know, get our opinions out there. Everybody has an opinion. We want you guys to log on to our Facebook page, the RSV podcast. Join the group. We're going to be putting... That
response been crazy already,
it's been crazy already. I think we hit like 300...
In one day?
In 3 days.
Yeah,
300 in 3 days. Yeah. And shout out to... I can't remember her name. I think it's Amanda. I think it's Amanda.
I don't know. But go check out. If you look in the Facebook group, you'll see her name.
Yeah, she was our 300th member. and she got a $20 Visa gift card.
Yeah.
And speaking of $20 Visa gift cards, we got a lot of segments on this show.
Yes.
And this first segment is probably one of my favorite segments. It's King's Common Sense Post of the Week.
Say it one more time.
Calm and Sense Post of the Week. Just to let you guys know how we came up with this, we're going to put this post up on the screen for you guys to see. So, you know, it might have been a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago. I don't remember. I was on social media and seeing this post from this young lady right here who just knew she was stunting on the entire world. Okay.
She knew.
She got the nice little, she got a little outfit on. You know, she got the wig on. I know that's a wig. And in the caption, she says, "I'm above all you bees and hoes. It's just calm and sense."
CALM and SENSE.
Right.
It's just
calm and sense.
as opposed to it's just common sense. COMMON.
So we like to just point out anybody that makes these type of faux pas on social media. So what we want you to do is we want you to actually find posts like this where it's incorrect words, grammar, things like that, just way off. I want you to DM them to our Facebook group so that we can do it on the show once a week. And if your post is selected that we're going to do on the show, you are actually going to win a $20 Visa gift card. So make sure you get your submissions in so that we can, you know.
will get a $20. It will say $20
It'll say
Visa
$20
card.
Visa
It might
card.
be $12 on there.
Brother might get hungry.
I'm just saying.
And might have to spend a little bit. But you know, it does say $20 gift card.
the
I mean,
thought that counts.
it is $20 that counts. And if you don't think about it, it just makes common sense.
And they're not hard to find.
No.
So that's 20 easy dollars right there.
I see them all the time.
That's 20 easy dollars.
Especially on Facebook.
But I'm trying to think of one of them real quick.
I got a whole bunch.
One of them that really irks me. I'm trying to think of one. Y'all go ahead. It'll hit me in a minute.
Listen, they got a bunch of them out there. We got to get to our first topic.
Okay.
Let's go.
So this week, HBO released their trailer for a docuseries about Michael Jackson.
I didn't even know about this. Like, you telling me. I didn't even know.
Called Leaving Neverland, where they have taken the kids that Michael was hanging out with, chilling with, having them over. They all on the rides, having a good time. And now they're adults. And they're doing this docuseries, and they're basically coming out, and they
trashing my dog.
Well, you know, I was trying to say it a little bit more politically correct.
I can't do it.
But they are confirming what we have heard for years about Michael Jackson, that they are saying that he did some inappropriate behavior with them.
And this is about to drop.
And they're about to drop this series.
I'm still tired from R. Kelly thing.
Like,
I haven't even recovered from that.
I'm still hurt.
That was exhausting.
Exhausting.
I was exhausted when
I had to take 2 weeks off work after that.
And now we have this series, which, with the R. Kelly series, he's still here. He can share his side of the story, however crazy
he can be tried in court.
Yeah, like however crazy he is and sound, he can at least say something. Michael Jackson is not here.
But Mike was tried.
A couple times.
He was tried.
Listen.
So why are they messing with Mike now? And see, I feel like they trying to come from my childhood when you mess with Mike. That's why I draw the line.
A lot of people felt that way about R. Kelly, though.
Yeah,
a lot of
but
people.
I'm older, so Mike was my Mike is my dude. And
Hey.
I'm telling you now, I'm probably not gonna watch it because you're not gonna do Michael like this.
So you're just not gonna watch it at all?
No, because
Right, you know you're gonna watch it.
You know you're gonna watch it.
I'm probably not.
Right, you gotta watch it because you
You know
gotta
what
see
I'm
what's
gonna
going
watch
on.
when it comes on? You know what I'm gonna watch while that's on? I'm gonna watch Moonwalk. That's what I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch Michael Jackson in concert in Bucharest.
Live in Bucharest.
I'm gonna watch the Jackson 5. All my Michael Jackson stuff.
Hey.
I'm watching that.
Yo, how do you feel about them dragging this man after he's passed and can't defend himself?
He made Thriller.
That's what I'm saying.
He made Thriller.
They trying to kill my childhood, man. I'm not. Some things I'm just
Nah, man.
Everything.
Everything, real rap, everything done in the dark is gonna come to the light.
You're right, but
Fair
he's
enough.
gone now, so let him
So,
rest.
you can't be mad at that reciprocity
Let him
system.
rest in-
Everything
let
done
him
in the
rest
dark
in
gonna
peace.
come to the light. But at the same time,
let the brother rest in peace.
I remember the time video was fire. I mean,
Fire.
Magic Johnson, Eddie Murphy. I mean,
It was all black cast.
All black cast.
First time he's doing that
Come
with
on,
the
man.
Remember the time video? Every video Mike did was fire.
Every video.
He didn't miss.
Listen.
Hopefully these Neverland videos ain't that fire.
Well, correction. Remember the Times was an all black cast and Michael Jackson.
Yeah, yeah.
he was
got
in
a
the two.
point.
They had to even the scale.
Yeah.
They had to
Even the scale.
Yeah, by then he had turned into a white
Yeah,
man.
he was real
beige.
light-skinned.
He was
He
beige.
was
white
real light-skinned by
man.
the
He was
time.
beige.
Listen,
He was beige.
I just think that there is a dragging of celebrities that is going on right now
It's the culture, bro.
where you got to be careful out here, ladies and gentlemen, because
It's the
they got the shovel out and they are digging up as much dirt as they can on any and everybody. It is getting crazy out here. I don't even know if I want to see this documentary, man, because
I ain't watching it.
people can say anything at this point, and I'm not saying, please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that what these people are saying is not true. I don't know. Neither do you, because you wasn't there. I wasn't there. We don't know. It's just they word against no other
Against
word
no word.
because he ain't around.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you this, the estate is suing already.
The Michael Jackson estate?
Yes. Millions.
Oh, they want that
Oh,
back.
y'all not about to just come for him?
How does that work?
I don't know, but they're suing. They
I mean,
coming
you
for
got
him.
to. You got to. You
gotta
got
stand
to
up for
wrestle
your
the fam.
They got the lawsuit quick. It's like, nah, y'all not about to do this. Y'all not about to come for this guy. I think the timing of it is,
Horrible.
I think the timing of it is
actually
horrible.
is timely for them because of
R.
the
Kelly.
R. Kelly
Yeah,
thing.
they piggyback.
But by it being so much information, it would appear that they have been working on theirs already.
Yeah.
And God only knows who's next in line.
Let me ask
All
you
I'm
guys
saying
something.
is, I'm in the entertainment industry, and I don't know what's gonna come up about me, but I'm here for all the smoke. If I could just get half of what Mike got, you can say what you want about me, bro.
Let me ask you
You with the
something.
smoke rock.
Bro, I'm here for the team to
Are we-
smoke all of it.
Let me
Talk
ask you
about
something.
me, bro.
Are we having one of the worst Black History months?
Oh my God.
Oh my!
It's rough.
We need to come back in March and
It's
like
rough.
do a duel.
It's rough.
This is rough.
It's rough.
Listen, let's not keep it rough. Let's kind of turn it a little positive.
Okay.
Every
My
voice.
man, Rod Z. Tell them a little bit about yourself, Rod.
Well, for those of you who don't know, I'm a professional comedian, show host, actor, musician. Kind of like Chris, I'm knee deep in it all. I love music and I love radio and I love television. I'm a graduate of Bethune-Cookman. I was a mass communications major, broadcast production. So this is me. This is right up my alley. I saw these guys doing their thing and I reached out quick. One, because I know them and I was like,
Yeah.
these my boys. I didn't even feel like y'all, I was hoping y'all wouldn't tell me no, but I didn't feel like y'all would. I'm like, unless they got something else going on or that they really want, I feel like this is something that could be good. So I'm very, first of all, grateful to y'all and thankful to you all for having me on here because I
It was-
appreciate
Man, we grateful that
It was
I had you on
I
here,
can tell you
man.
it was a short conversation.
Yeah, it was a short conversation. Hey, Rod Z just called me. We need to move over a couple of chairs and make this thing happen.
So I'm grateful for that. But speaking of Black history, last night I had the honor and privilege to host the Orange County Black History Committee does an event every year, and they have this big gala where they raise money and they give thousands of dollars. I think they're at the $400,000 mark for scholarships.
wow, that's
and
crazy.
last night they gave scholarships to Valencia College, Bethune-Cookman, UCF, and I'm not sure, one other school I wasn't paying attention, y'all forgive me, our host. But
Open bar.
long
That's what
story
happens
short,
when they have an open bar.
Jeffrey Owens was the keynote speaker, and those of you who don't know who Jeffrey Owens is,
Remind the people.
He is the character from The Cosby Show.
Yes, sir.
Alvin
Yes, sir.
Thibodeau. So he played Alvin Thibodeau, and he was also the gentleman that got ridiculed recently on social media for working at Trader Joe's.
Trader
because
Joe's.
Basically,
Yes, sir.
basically
And
the
he
brother
was-
was out of work from acting, so he went to work and did a good job of just going to work and humbling himself.
Yeah.
This brother has done Othello, all types of Shakespearean Broadway plays. He's acted, he's been on screen movies, and sometimes the phone doesn't ring, and the brother was working. He wasn't out doing anything wrong. He wasn't committing crime. He wasn't scheming and plotting.
Right.
like some people have done.
Like who?
I see where you going with
Like
this.
who?
Like Jussie Smollett.
Oh my
people.
gosh.
And I'm gonna say this.
He went
I still love Jussie.
He went there.
He's still there for my people because I don't throw people away.
Right.
You know, when people make mistakes,
You know, we got a lot of people that do that.
It's a cancel culture right now.
I don't throw
Listen,
people away. I
we
don't
got
call
a
people,
lot of throw people
I don't
away.
call
It's
people-
cancels. It's
Well,
cancel
listen,
culture.
I don't call people coons for going and trying to talk to Donald Trump, which I don't like Donald Trump either, but
Yeah.
I feel like somebody got to try to talk to him.
Listen, I don't feel like
I don't throw people away. I'm just saying that's
I
me.
don't
I'm going to
think-
try to give you the benefit of the doubt and hear you out first.
I definitely don't think you should call those Uncle Tom's coons. That's just wrong. Well, you were saying.
But anyway, it was
too far.
I was just
Jeffrey
playing.
Owens'
I'm not-
speech
I
was the
only
most.
serious.
Jeffrey Owens' speech was one of the most amazing speeches I've ever heard. It was inspiring. It was uplifting, especially for me as an entertainer, to keep going if I feel in my heart that this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Now, he really, really humbled himself because when he was working at Trader Joe's, he wasn't like a store manager.
No,
or
he was just
cashier.
a regular. He was bagging groceries.
He was bagging groceries.
He said he bent down one time to clean up something, and somebody leaned over the counter and was like, "Can I have your autograph?"
Wow.
And can you imagine? You know, here you are, this big actor that everybody recognizes, and you on your hands and knees cleaning something at Trader Joe's, and somebody, you don't know if they try to be funny or not.
Right.
But what I got from it was, you know, you got to go to work. Life happens, things, especially in the entertainment business, sometimes the phone ain't gonna ring.
Yeah.
Right.
And you gotta get out and handle your business and do what you do.
gotta
Me,
get up.
I still work on the side when I'm not on the road because I like money. So I'm just saying, I know there are gonna be times where sometimes the phone may not ring. But the good news from it is, after he got ridiculed, he said people from all over the world, thousands of people start sending him positive messages, supporting him, and now the brothers are working on with Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I heard about
that. He's
Have
doing
Nots.
something with Tyler.
Oh, he's got work now. He's
Yeah.
working because of that,
And he talented.
and he's very talented.
Yeah, he's talented.
And so my message to everybody is, you know, this generation. I'm gonna try to wrap this up real quick. This generation, there's a lot of cats that don't deal. They don't have coping skills. Like, and I bring up Jussie Smollett because I understand that he wanted more money. And
Yeah.
that's why he did what he did and came up with this scheme. And you don't have to do that. Just sometimes you gotta humble yourself and just be a man or a woman and just accept life for what it is and deal with it and go to work.
And be
You know,
content. What happened to being content?
People are
But you know, that actually...
because everybody gotta win now.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't realize in order to win, you gotta go through something.
You just gotta remember when you wasn't making 20 grand an episode.
I mean...
That'd be
When they're
great for
making 20
some
grand an episode, and how many episodes have they done? And they haven't even done, they done started running reruns, so
I
you
know.
getting a check from that. Well,
I
you
think
might
this
not be
summer they
getting
started
nothing.
Empire on Ice.
I'm just tell y'all right now, if we ever start getting 20,000 an episode, I'm acting real brand new on all y'all. It's just gonna be...
I'm gonna
I'm
have
getting
Rozzy
real
ready to take.
fancy.
I'm gonna have Rozzy the contract.
Yeah, I'm
He's
just
living
telling
his
y'all right
best
now.
life.
Which brings us to our next segment, which is top stories. And speaking of Jussie, so a lot of people are bringing up the fact that Jussie made up this story that caused a lot of controversy, caused a lot of emotional feelings. Him being one, black, two, gay, which I don't know if y'all noticed, but when the story first broke, he was gay. Then when they found out he lied,
He was black.
he was black. Yeah, he was black as
He was
well.
black, yeah.
But they're now comparing this, and they're
lying.
bringing up.
That nigga lying. Here we go again.
Niggas.
This nigga lying.
They're now comparing it to. I don't know if you guys remember this story from the Olympics a couple of years ago. This Ryan
Lochte.
Lochte, is that his
Oh,
name?
the swimmer.
The swimmer.
From,
The
and he's
Olympic
from
dude.
Florida too.
Yeah, that second most decorated Olympian behind Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps, who is a fish, by the way.
Yeah. That he lied about.
No, he's a dolphin.
But he lied about being what was it? Armed robber?
He said
He got robbed.
He said the armed robbery. Yeah, he said
Yeah.
some people stuck him up.
Over
In
in
Brazil.
Brazil.
Over in
Right,
Brazil.
when he was caught basically trashing the place. He was urinating
He was
on the sign.
urinating, he desecrated
And-
a poster or something
Yeah,
like
got
that.
caught.
just acting a fool.
And he
And
made
he got
his
caught
lie
by the
up.
police, and he made up a quick lie on the spot to try to get out of it.
But they're calling, what they're saying is they are calling for Jussie to do jail time behind this lie. And this guy, Ryan, who we just going to address the elephant in the room. He's white.
But then Ryan
last name's
he
Lochte.
did go to jail.
No, he got.
They gave him 20 hours community service, and they suspended him for 10 months.
What did Brazil do to him?
He was on trial, but they dropped the charges.
Okay.
They dropped the charges.
If he was in Brazil and Brazil dropped the charges, and then he came back and he did get 20 community service hours, I don't think there's a problem. I don't have a problem with that because what Jesse did and Ryan did are two different things.
I got to go with him on that.
Two different things?
I mean,
It's two different things.
all done did something crazy.
Okay.
Got caught and then came up with a lie real quick.
Try to get out of it. That ain't what Jesse did.
Jesse straight scheming.
Y'all came up with lies real quick?
Yeah.
Man, I ain't never lied.
Oh, yes, you did. Oh, you did.
Jesse straight scheming for the paper.
Yeah.
You doing 60 Minutes interviews. You playing the homosexual card.
He took it way too far.
I mean, he took it so far.
He played the black card.
Played the black card.
LGBTQ
He played every card he had.
He was throwing them.
He said two.
I need some more money.
This man said that two dudes jumped him, yelled, "Make America Great Again," put a noose around his neck.
They had on mega hats.
Poured bleach on him. He said he left the noose on till the cops came. What black man gonna leave a noose on his neck till the cops come?
No, he said he
The first thing I'm doing is taking the noose off.
He said he looked down and didn't know he had the noose on at first.
All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say.
Really?
That,
But I will say this though. I wouldn't be mad if they don't give him jail time. I'm not.
You wouldn't be mad at that?
Nah, not for. I mean, nah.
To the black community,
not for a lie.
I will say this. I knew something was wrong when his name was Jesse.
Yeah.
That was already.
I agree.
That was the first indication for me.
Well, your name's Jesse.
I was like,
his name is Jesse. He called himself
who put that U in the middle of his name and turned Jesse into Jesse? Ain't no real black person named Jesse.
Jesse.
Jesse? No, not doing it. Other top story.
We'll just see what happened in this case. That's what we just see. Jesse.
Other top story, your man of the owner of the New England Patriots.
My man.
Your man.
Freaky D.
Robert Kraft.
OG Bobby Johnson.
Hey, listen.
Yes, sir.
Your man, Freaky Bobby.
Something about those Robert.
Freaky Bobby.
If you ain't first or last.
He took Shake and Bake to a whole another level.
Crap,
He's not sure what to do with his
Mac
hands.
and cheese.
Your man is allegedly. He's allegedly with some human trafficking and prostitution rings.
Wait, you mixing the two.
Serious allegations.
Don't you mixing the two?
That's not what I heard.
Now,
okay, what is it now?
From what I
serious
understand,
allegation.
he went to a place that was under investigation. He wasn't there for the human trafficking per se.
Right.
Okay.
He was there for the happy ending.
Yeah.
He didn't care who did it.
Right.
Okay.
He just wanted the job to get done.
Yeah.
So-
it just so happened that the place he frequented,
Allegedly.
was under investigation for human trafficking.
Well-
so I don't think that me personally, I don't think from the story that he was all for human trafficking.
Yeah, man, that's how you said it. Just
So he went there and paid for.
Where was he at?
He was in Jupiter, Florida,
Okay.
at a strip mall.
Oh, I know exactly. We don't say no more. Jupiter. I live there.
I've never been to Jupiter.
Nah, trust me.
Oh, they're out of control.
Go. No,
they're out of control in Jupiter, man.
I used to live right around the corner. Shout out to Jupiter, Florida. Anyway,
my God.
Yeah, they got a couple of nice places out there. Moving on.
Wait, we need to go to the next
What's with the
story.
Robert? I mean, I'm just saying.
But
like,
he was in the. He went to it was a massage parlor or what was it?
It was a massage parlor.
Okay.
And from what I could tell, it wasn't a bad neighborhood.
Play a little Hot Rainbow Road. Play a little Hot Rainbow Road real quick.
Let me get her.
It was one of those massage
let me get
parlors.
her.
Yeah.
Hey, all I got to say about OG Bobby Johnson is you see he been hanging with the thugs.
He been hanging with.
He had
been
hanging with Meek Mill. Had Meek Mill chain on. He had the All-Star game.
What is it?
No, they've been hanging with him.
I'm just saying.
He the man.
I think T.I. and Lil Wayne put it best. It ain't tricking if you got it, and apparently he got it.
He got it.
So,
I'm just saying.
I know some people with money that, I ain't gonna put them out there, but I'm gonna just say that people with money, they tend to feel like if I could just pay for it and not deal with the hassle of.
I don't have a problem with that. The only problem I got with him is
That's weird to me.
dude,
That's weird?
Why would you be at the strip mall though? Bob, you gotta know everybody. You're a very highly recognizable
You gotta
person.
keep a low profile, bro.
And plus,
Exactly. So
Plus
why
they-
go
they-
there?
I'm
Just
trying
have
to
them
tell
come to
you,
you.
They say
They
Tanya
doing-
crazy down there.
They
She
doing
doing all types
certain
of tricks.
listen. They doing certain things
got
at
a
the strip
private
mall
jet.
that they not doing at them executive penthouses.
Wait,
you
time
gotta
out,
go to the
time
strip
out.
mall to do some
You
certain
got a
things.
private jet, dude.
I'm
You
just
own
saying.
an NFL franchise. You got a
Listen.
private jet. Why don't you have them come to you and you get on the plane?
Every once in a
Maybe-
while, you
maybe
gotta
you
have that.
Is it
you gotta-
illegal if you're in the air?
You gotta feel that griminess. That's what he needed. That rugged
There was the
dirtiness.
experience.
Yeah, he needed.
I'm just saying.
It ain't
baby,
the
I
same.
like it, bro.
When in Rome, bro. When in
Listen,
Rome.
another top story. Zion Williamson.
Nasty, Robert. You're nasty.
Man,
Okay, my bad.
listen. Freaky Bobby. Freaky
You
Bobby.
ain't first.
Zion Williamson had an injury to his knee.
AKA Matt Truck.
His Nike bust wide open.
Busted wide open.
Busted wide.
I'm talking about that
wide
Nike
open.
was busted. I started to throw some dollars at that
Nike
joint because that
dropped
Nike
it
busted
off.
That joint busted wide open.
Yeah. Never
and-
seen that, by the way.
Me neither. And Charles Barkley came out because they were talking about him possibly not playing anymore for the rest of the season, waiting for the draft, getting drafted to guarantee that he gets his money. And Charles Barkley came out and said that he believed that we have now made the game all about money. And that, well, this is what Charles Barkley was saying. He was saying how he played 3 or 4 years in college. I'm not sure the number. Michael Jordan played 3 years in college. Shaq, 3 years in college. All the old veterans, all the hard-nosed players, because we do understand that there is a difference in the leagues right now. And back then, all the hard-nosed players was going to college. And he was saying, listen, it's basketball. You play basketball. These things are going to happen. And it comes with the sport. You can't just tuck it in and be like, yo, I'm just going to wait and get my bag and not play anymore. And even Stephen A. Smith came out and said that he absolutely has to play the rest of the season. He signed up to play this season and get a championship, and he absolutely has to. I see both of you guys shaking. I don't know which camera to go to because both of these guys.
I gotta disagree, bro. I mean, my position is, I understand where Charles is coming from because he's from that old school era.
Right.
It's 2019. I was a collegiate athlete for 2 years.
Okay.
It is a billion-dollar industry. These student athletes are literally, listen to me, they are literally broke. Like they literally are
They don't even get
buying each other
stipend.
McDoubles, straight up.
Right.
So you talking about the greatest prospect, Zion Williamson, 18 years old, 19 years old.
world.
The greatest prospect collegiately, maybe since Shaq. I mean,
Okay.
you know, even though Jordan was the man, he wasn't Zion Williamson in college.
Not college.
This dude is the greatest prospect of all time. And you're talking about potentially blowing out your knee, ending your career in a billion-dollar industry. I saw a meme that said that the Cleveland Cavaliers tickets that night, they sold tickets for $8. And the cheapest
Not
ticket,
surprised.
not surprised at all. And the cheapest ticket to that Duke game was $2,500. The president, Barack Obama, is sitting courtside.
No, the
That's
cheapest ticket?
insane.
The cheapest ticket.
Yeah.
$2,500?
$25 for that game. For the
Are
Duke.
you sure that was the cheapest ticket?
Cameron Indoor Stadium is not the big arena.
I don't think you
that's
understand how much money is in this,
It
man.
was packed in there.
Now you got to put yourself. I understand. You know, it's a look. Chuck. You know, I think he's looking at it the wrong way. It's like Chuck, you, Shaq, Jordan, y'all paved the way for these dudes. You know, to be able to make this kind of money. It's like
get paid.
I'm not about to ruin that for a system that doesn't properly value me or is exploiting me.
Yeah, it's the evolution of the college
Evolution
game.
of the game. And you got to put
Obviously-
yourself. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
You Zion Williamson.
Uh-huh.
In approximately 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
You are guaranteed going to make $30, $40 million.
The bag.
Are you going to put that on the line to play the rest of the season?
Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's different.
Until-
we ain't gonna go there.
Until the NCAA starts paying these athletes and giving them, like there's a gentleman that was a kicker for UCF and he wound up losing his scholarship. He had a popular video where he was getting something and he lost his scholarship because his social media page or YouTube page was getting sponsorship, and because it was making money, he lost his kicking scholarship.
I heard about that.
And until
They don't even let you make money on your own.
right, and he wasn't breaking any laws. He had a popular show on YouTube channel. And until the NCAA starts giving these kids,
that's crazy.
They're making money off their backs. Until they start giving these kids money, you can't force them to do anything.
It's 5,000 people in the crowd with a Zion Williamson.
If I was Zion, I'd get out and I'd go pro.
You say sit out.
I wouldn't sit out, but I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't judge the man if he did. I wouldn't judge the man if he did. I wouldn't sit out because I would want to build my draft stock. I would want to prove I'm the best in the game.
He don't have to build his draft stock.
I'm just saying.
He was that dude already.
He already that dude. I'm just saying LeBron, Kobe, KG, they ain't go to college at all.
Right.
So I'm not mad at this dude for not wanting to go through this, mandatory 1 year.
I mean, if we gonna call it what it is, at the end of the day, I think all of us are trying to take care of our families and put our families in the best position and put ourselves in the best position to do that. And so
he could take online
at this time, it's kind of like, listen, man, if that's the best move for you,
I'm not mad.
I'm not
That's
mad.
just what it is. I'm not mad.
If it's the best move
if
for
he
you,
was receiving any kind of compensation, you got to play. Like the Anthony Davis thing,
right?
Bro, you got to play.
Anthony Davis is
you
tripping.
Ain't no sitting out, bro. You making $20 million. Get out there, bro. But that's different.
He played in the All-Star game, and now he's back on the bench.
Garbage.
How's that even work?
That's garbage.
Our last top story.
Sorry.
Garbage.
Speaking of freaky bobbies, another Robert K was in the news.
It's a bad week for Robert K.
It's a bad week for Robert K.
It's a bad week.
If your name is Robert Keefe, just stay
in the house.
March.
Just don't come out.
Yeah, it's not.
Or if you black. Black people just till the end of the month, just stay in the house.
Just don't go nowhere.
Don't go nowhere.
Stay off
everything. We have ruined our Black History Month.
It's been a rough Black History Month.
This is the first Black History Month I ain't heard nothing about Dr. King
at all.
It's been all about Jussie, R. Kelly, and God knows what. Just stay home, Black people.
So R. Kelly, it seems like he's ready.
That is not funny.
That's not funny, yo.
to go all the way
this time
to jail.
This
man, they finally. I mean, years and years and years. I would think that this documentary that just happened probably sparked this new investigation to the next level,
which is sad.
But they took all this finally, which we kind of talked about. But they're saying 10 counts, and they have actual videos of underage girls with R. Kelly. And I have to tell you, I have heard some pretty disturbing things about your boy Robert Kelly, but this last thing, where they are saying that he actually has the girls on tape, and the girl is referring to her body parts as 14-year-old body parts. So not only
my sister 14.
Not only is he with the 14-year-old, that's not good enough for this dude. The girl is actually in the video.
Is this a new tape?
This is like some new tape, and she's like, you like this 14-year-old this and that, and this is basically what they have. And so,
what's wrong with you, Rob?
Listen,
let's really what's up?
But listen, let's talk about R. Kelly. This is the same thing we were talking about with Michael Jackson, and this is me personally. Everybody else can feel how they want to feel. That we have gotten to a point where we have gotten so entangled and intertwined in these athletes and celebrities' lives that's why we start throwing them away once we find out that they were doing something in the dark, because we feel like they owe us. And at the end of the day, me personally, I feel like they really don't. Like, all I really care about, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, any of these people that have got Bill Cosby, I wanted to see them do what they do. I didn't really care about their personal life.
Yeah.
I don't really, social media and the internet has made everything so close quarters. Everybody can get in your business.
So you separating the two. You separating the entertainer from the...
I've never met R. Kelly. I mean, I think he's sick for doing what he did, but I really only cared about R. Kelly. It was funny because my iPod, an R. Kelly song came on the other day, and I was jamming. I was in the truck. I was like, hey. And then I was like, oh, man. Let's see.
Why would you go? Why would you go there?
I thought he was about to say I had to pull over.
He said I had to pee.
Right
at that moment.
No,
man. Listening to his music.
I was enjoying the music.
Makes you have to urinate. What is wrong with you? Every time I come
go off the set. But on a serious note, I got caught because I was into the music and I was like, dang. I felt conflicted because I'm like,
man. I want y'all to know that even though we are joking, making jokes, this is no joking.
No,
man.
it's actually not a joke, and I made a joke just now, but I'm not. I can't go with you, bro. I've had this debate.
Fun of this.
I've had this debate intentionally. I can't separate the two, bro. I can't listen to.
So I was one that
thought. Listen to the man. No,
I was one that
I can't do it.
That's why I don't want to watch the Michael thing, because if I watch it and I feel like it's true,
listen to Thriller no more. Dang, that's gonna be rough.
And I really don't want to give up.
If I can't listen to Off the Wall,
I really don't want to give up.
Invincible album, Rodney Jerkins.
Oh my gosh.
I really don't want to give up my MJ.
Come on, Mike, please be innocent.
Am I copping out by not watching it so I can keep listening?
Listen.
That's wrong.
Can we not?
The difference in the two is even as you're watching the R. Kelly documentary, the thing that's disturbing is like, you're like, where's R. Kelly right now? It's like, yo, he's still doing this.
Right.
Mike Jack dead and gone, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like R. Kelly was still somewhere doing it as you're watching the documentary. Like, oh, this is just going unaddressed. That's what made it sick to me.
But if Mike did it,
it wasn't old news. This is who he still is.
It was wrong.
I
had trouble dealing with Bill Cosby about his situation.
I was really going hard for separating the artist from the personal life. I was really going hard for this. But then I had a couple of conversations with the opposite sex. Okay.
And they said, what if
and you know, and then when you start pointing out things like that, you know, I got a niece that, you know, basically
around that same age. I think she's 13.
Yeah, and she basically disowned me for about 3 hours. It was the roughest 3 hours of my life. She was not feeling Unc, and so I had to start thinking.
And your daughter close?
Yeah, my daughter, I got a 12. So, you know, I started thinking about it from that aspect, and it kind of brought me. As a matter of fact, shout out to my niece, Praise. Can I do a little plug? Praise Angelo TV.
They got PATV, man.
Yeah, Praise Angelo, they do their thing. So, next segment, which is, I believe is all three of our favorite segment, is where we do a segment called What's Your Relation? And we come across a couple of topics, and then we basically just say how much we can relate to those topics. And we make it kind of funny because we use actual relatives to kind of coincide, to describe how much we can relate to a certain thing. So for instance, if we can really relate, we might say something like, you know, this is like a twin brother topic for me. And then if it's something that we can't really relate to, this is kind of like a third cousin removed, like not really close to this topic at all.
Your cousin, sisters, auntie, nephew, boyfriend.
Yeah, something like that. And so, speaking of R. Kelly, they put his bill at $1 million, which most people, I think, thought
he got that.
He got that.
He don't.
But come to find out,
well, actually, bail
he ain't got that.
A bail on $1 million is $100,000.
He don't got that.
Bail or bond?
He's bail. He's supposed to post bail, and he ain't got it.
He done spent it on
Listen,
don't even finish that.
Don't do it, because I know you're about to say something nuts. Don't do it. But what's your relation on this $1 million bail, man? Where are you at on this $1 million? What's your relation? You think that's fair?
Is it fair? Is that the question?
Yeah. Can you relate to this $1 million?
How relatable is that?
I'm going big brother.
Going big brother.
I'm going big brother.
You super close.
Super close. I looked up to him.
Okay.
I agree with almost. He can say no wrong. He can do no wrong.
That's so you agree with this bail?
I always agree with that. That's big brother, man. Like, man, whatever they hit that, man, it's no price on our girls, man. There is no number that can adequately value what he has done to women of our community. And I don't take it lightly. I mean, I can joke about it, but it's a serious thing to me.
It's a very serious thing. What's your relation, man?
Well, let me answer that question first. My relation to it is
$1 million bail.
$1 million bail. That's family. That's in the house. You the relative that's in your house, your brother, your sister. You in the house with them, yeah.
You can definitely relate to that $1 million.
He need to kick that money. But see, this throws me back to Michael again. Not just the little girls in our community. What about the little kids?
Yeah.
I mean,
What about little
these are
kids? Little boys.
Little boys. Even worse, little boys.
I gotta see the documentary.
I'm
You know
definitely.
what I'm saying? I gotta see the documentary. Because before R. Kelly documentary definitely changed my view.
But do you think these people are lying? Do you think you'll be able to tell?
I'm going active father on this joint.
You want
That's
active
real,
father?
bro.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
close,
talking about
close.
That's close to home.
He had all the games. He come to the PTA meetings.
You bringing Huggies and popsicles
I'm
home?
talking about 1 million easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you gotta
I can
come off
relate
that.
to this.
You gotta pay that.
You gotta come off that.
I thought that was light.
I thought it was like too.
I'm
thought
surprised
1
they letting
million-
him out.
I thought he had it.
Listen, I thought 1 million was cheap. That's crazy when you talk about
Can anybody
kids porn.
explain to me how R. Kelly doesn't have $1 million?
I don't
It's
get it.
R. Kelly.
Speaking of $1 million,
He better call them little girls.
an Israel man,
Can they get him off?
Stop.
from Tinder.
Israel man.
Yeah, he's Israeli.
Israel dude.
Israel. I don't know how to say it.
Israelite.
He said
But,
an Israel man.
Israel man.
Israel
He's
man.
a man. He's Israeli. Hey, don't do this right now.
Is that really a word?
I don't know, but what I'm
Israel-
saying is
Israeli.
A dude from Israel.
he on Tinder pretended to be a millionaire, right?
Okay, I'm with him so far.
He pretended to be a millionaire and went out on these dates and got these women to think he was a millionaire and start giving him money for like investments and things like that. And now,
Oh, he hit him with the Fire Festival.
listen, now, now he is on the run. The police are looking for him because apparently this is against the law.
It's fraud.
What is
What?
your relation to this? How can you relate to them
What's the
him being
question?
on the run?
Can
Can
I-
you relate to him having to be on the run? Can you relate to this being illegal? Like this is wrong. This is fraud.
Now I'm going second grade classmates on that.
Bitch,
I
can't relate
don't know
at
you
all.
at all. I can't relate. I don't
I
know
ain't
nothing
seen
about
you in
you.
so long.
What? Well, who are you? We met.
How? Explain how you go that. Like how?
What are they saying he did? He tricked people into giving him money?
Yes.
I did that twice in 06. I don't even know what we talking about. Like,
Don't incriminate
that's
yourself.
not, I'm just saying, statute of limitations. I'm just saying, bro, like, it's his fault. Like,
I'm just.
to me, that's just dumb. He couldn't talk me into giving him $1 million.
What is it? Kind of like on the person?
Huh?
Would you put it on the person that
It's
gave the
definitely
money?
on the person.
It's like how I'm guilty because you naive.
Jesus lived in Israel and only asked for 10%. I'm not giving this man $1 million. That's crazy.
What's your relation, Ryan? Where you at on this? Is it fraud? Is it against? I mean, it's against the law. Do you agree with the law? What's your relation, man?
I mean, the law is the law, whether I agree with it or not.
Okay.
Spoken like a true black man.
That's the law.
They might kick the door in this studio right now.
I
Hey,
did-
listen, I agree with
did
every
not
law.
know. But no, I'm neighbor that lives around the corner.
Oh, y'all don't even.
I kind of know where
know,
you
you-
stay.
I don't really- okay.
Kick it
I
like
don't
that.
really know you like
I see
that.
you cutting the grass.
I saw you wave when you was
You
cutting
might
your
have borrowed
yard.
some sugar one time,
Yeah,
but we
I
ain't
don't-
really cool
I don't
like that.
really know you, so
Like-
no, I don't think that. I mean, look, women trick men out of their money.
All the time.
All the time.
How many times
That's
they
why
been in
Robert
jail?
Kraft going to jail.
That's why he
They getting out,
He
man.
will not leave Freaky Bobby alone.
They
Listen,
don't call
they
them
get-
mac and cheese for nothing.
they get their money. So this guy getting over.
He flipped.
You let somebody
He flipped the
catfish
game.
you. He changed the game.
Right.
Why is he running from the police? Listen,
Nah, man. Let that man
he
go.
talked up on some
He
cash.
good.
He's a salesperson.
Hey, man, you got Fire Festival. What
I'm
happened to the
definitely
best of us?
going unattractive friend of my cousin.
Listen, they came for the money.
I don't even listen. If my cousin going, you can't bring that friend. All right.
Yeah.
He always messes everything up.
Right.
This is ridiculous to me, and I've always thought this.
Bring one of your homegirls. I'm gonna bring Keisha.
No! Keisha.
No
Not
break.
Keisha. Shout out to all the cute Keishas, but it's some butt
I'm just
ugly
saying,
ones
you
out
really
there.
gotta get into the
All right.
depths of these stories. If it
Listen.
starts on Tinder, that you did that to
First of
yourself.
all, if
You
it
did that
starts
to
on
yourself.
Tinder,
What are you doing on
You-
Tinder anyway?
you signed up for this.
You already know what
But
it
second
is.
of all, I cannot be responsible because my finesse game is vicious.
A1.
And you are
Susceptible to
susceptible to this
susceptible
finesse.
to the lower ends of the
Listen, this is not my fault, okay?
He's a Tinder pimp.
Listen, I have finesse.
He's a Tinder pimp.
Where? Okay, let me ask you though.
Why you say it twice?
Where's the line?
I just want to make it clear.
Where's the line?
He's a Tinder pimp. If you on Tinder, first of all, you already lost credibility
Where
with me.
is the line is what I'm asking you. If I finesse you out of a McDouble, am I susceptible to this law? Where's the line? Is it a whole lot of money?
Grinding, but you don't deserve to go to jail.
I mean, but where's the line?
Like, I'm not running for the cops.
I might say, man,
you should only be running from the cops for gross, gross misconduct, bro.
This is a stretch for me.
Now the guy that did there was a gentleman that did something similar to this on the internet, and he had models, and it was an event they were doing, and he got the kids to spend money to come. And they didn't do anything that they said they were going to do. I'll do some research and bring it back.
That's different.
But
I think that's different.
He got them to spend their money, but he was advertising an event. And
he was advertising.
He didn't deliver. What did this guy?
I don't know.
What did this guy on Tinder do?
They said it was investments and stuff like that. So maybe that's. But
if it was investments,
what I know from investments, when you invest, you have to anticipate taking a loss.
You might take a loss.
That's what investments are. Yeah. So if you give me this money and I turn out to not be who I said I was, that's your loss. You got to eat that. Speaking of millions, let's stay on the topic of millions.
All right.
Another one that I need to know if y'all can relate to is this guy, Karl Lagerfeld.
Oh, Chanel.
Yeah.
Chanel, right?
So recently passed.
Yeah.
I call him Dracula.
Hey, don't do it. Hey, Carl be fresh, man.
Listen.
Y'all know I learned some crazy stuff.
But he passed, and apparently he was worth like 146 million or something like that.
That's it?
It was a lot of money. That's it.
I
I like the way you said that. I can't wait till 146 million and that's it. And he left some of it to his cat.
Oh, his homie, his cat. His dog.
No.
His best friend?
No.
His cat.
His cat.
As in meow mix. Cat milk.
As in
kitty litter.
Garfield. As in
Garfield. Yeah.
So he left it to the owner of his cat?
No,
the guardian?
The cat apparently is coming up.
You tell me now, this cat got more money than all three of us.
All three of us put together.
All three of us.
And the cameraman.
Our cameraman in the studio.
Where's the cat? Let's just go to the chase.
The sound man.
And my question to you is,
the dude who gonna
they're saying that, anybody who's had a pet understands that sometimes the pet starts to become a family member. Can you relate to leaving millions to this cat?
That's crazy. I'm definitely going. Go ahead, please.
I've never seen this man in my life. That's how I'm going. I don't know him. He's
complete stranger.
I don't even know.
Utter stranger.
I don't even know if he's from America
at all.
Is he from here?
Listen.
Where is he from?
I don't
Millions
know
to the cat.
From.
He might as well be from another planet because. Listen, I can understand people being close to their pets, loving their pets like family members to a certain extent.
But
when it comes to the money, especially a cat, a dog, that's true. A dog maybe, because dogs are real.
Why do you hate cats,
I'm just saying.
Cats are cold. Listen, that's what's so funny about it.
Or you prefer a shallow animal. You need that type of security. Jinxie cat. Man, this man gave it $1 million.
What's so funny though, that's real though, because cats don't even care about you.
They don't.
Like, you can't even tell a cat what to do.
Nope.
Like, they take it back like, you ain't put the food in my bowl yet. That's
Millions.
how cats are.
They bougie.
No, I'm not sitting.
And they always up to something.
I'm not coming.
You can never all the way trust
I'm not coming when you call me. I'm not barking if somebody knocks on the door. I'm not trying to protect the kids.
I can hear the letters from Peter.
The cat lovers finna eat us up.
Listen, I'm not trying to protect the kids if somebody's trying to snap. Dogs have done all this. I'm not waking you up if the house is on fire. None of that. I'm not dragging you to safety.
I know we're gonna catch a lot of flack because cat lovers stay on Facebook.
Cats do nothing but take money and eat. The cat might as well be the dude from Israel.
Anybody with a cat be on Facebook all day, so I know we finna get lit up.
Baby on there.
I'm gonna go with my stepdad's baby mom on this one. Those are not my brothers and sisters. I don't care what you and my mom are doing tonight. That ain't my family. I don't know y'all. I ain't rocking with y'all. Leaving the money to a cat is such a waste, bro. You could have did something so good with it. I feel like he was a very, at least for, I don't know, I'm not in the industry, but I feel like he was like very well loved in the industry. He was cool with Beyonce, Rihanna. He taking all these pictures with the stars. It's like, man, you could have found a way to like really leave that money. If you really just gonna give it to the cat, you could have did some good with that.
Yeah.
I can see if you just give it all to your girl or to your family, I can't be mad at that. But once you give it to the cat, now we got to start exploring some ways where you could have really been helpful with that.
I'm gonna go neighborhood weirdo. This is probably the person that pees on herself in the 30s. Stops in the middle of traffic.
Always outside the Exxon every time you pull up.
Stops in the middle of the traffic and does push-ups. You know this guy.
He walk weird.
We all know this guy, right? This is ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Leaving millions to a cat. First of all, the cat can't do nothing with it.
Yeah,
can't
how do they access the money?
I don't even understand this. It's like, how is this even happening? And this is just, you know, I don't want to get in trouble for saying this, but this is just some white people stuff, right?
Honestly.
This is really like some Caucasian stuff right here, if I can say it. And I know that we got our stuff that we do.
Every culture do.
Yeah, which we will call out, but this is definitely some Caucasian stuff that have so much money. Because we just don't, I mean,
we're not used to having
we
them
don't
kind of
have
hands.
this type of inheritance. Just to have so much money that I could leave some to a pet. I'm pretty sure everybody else got broke off too. And I could even leave some to the pet. They making major moves in the Caucasian race where they can do
Hey man,
it's
just know,
incredible.
The worst we do when we have money like that is don't leave a will and just die. And then they fight over the money.
And spend all of it on the funeral.
But ain't no cat gonna get it.
All of it.
all of it.
The dog ain't getting nothing. The dog ain't getting nothing when we was alive.
Listen, we don't even feed our animals proper food.
Oh my gosh.
We
They
tie
don't
our
even
dog
get
to a tree
the dog
and feed
food.
the dog, eat whatever we eat.
Yeah,
Dog
it's
got
coming
high
off my
blood
plate.
Dog got high blood pressure, diabetes.
Dog got lime readers in the.
Dog can't even bark.
Dog got lime readers in the bone.
He drinking lime.
Cheez-Its. They got Cheez-Its all in his teeth when you pull up.
This is the last one. Your man Floyd Money Mayweather.
Money to you.
We still on the millions.
Gucci lip.
We still on the millions. Your man
Money team.
heard about the Gucci
Boycott.
and he came out to shop at Gucci, was caught by, I guess, some of the paparazzi or whatever, and they actually stopped him and told him, asked him how he felt about the boycott, and his response was, I ain't boycotting nothing, and I'm not about to let nobody tell me what I can do with my money. I'm going in Gucci. He went in Gucci, and he spent some bread in there too. Can you relate to him saying he's not joining in on this stuff, and he's just being, being him?
That's good. That's good.
What's your relation?
I'm gonna go college best friend on that.
Oh.
I'm gonna go college best friend.
So you can
relate.
Kind of relate.
I can kind of relate.
You ain't family, but y'all close.
We ain't family, but we close. And I would say because of this reason. One, I could never tell a man to spend how he can spend his money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can never, it goes back to what we were saying about projecting your beliefs on the other people. Just because I feel passionately about something doesn't mean that Floyd Mayweather has to feel passionately about it. I honestly don't feel passionately about the boycott to begin with. I feel like it's one of those 2-week boycotts that we do from time to time.
Right.
And we're not really organized, or we don't really have a plan of action of how this is actually going to stimulate our economy. And even to that point, it's like, yo, Floyd done made his money. He undid his thing. For all of this outrage in our community, it's like, how does it affect your life? What about the problems that are directly affecting you? You being able to pay your rent or your children getting a good education. Why don't you put that much energy into those issues instead of the boycott? So, I mean, that's my position on the but we are still college best friend. You know what I'm saying? That's family. We good. We don't talk every day. We don't see each other all the time. But we good. I can relate to that a little bit.
Can you relate to this, Rob?
I got mixed feelings, so I'm going to say your cousin that comes to visit. My next door neighbor's cousin who comes to visit every summer.
Every summer.
Okay.
I know
So y'all kind of hang out.
We know each other. We saw each other in passing. We gonna speak.
Right.
But I have mixed feelings. I agree with you, Chris, when you say you can't tell somebody how to spend their money. Floyd earned his money. He can spend on what he want to spend on. This is America.
Right.
And part of being an American is having the freedom to do what you want. It ain't like Floyd stole the money. He earned it in that boxing ring. If he want to wear Gucci, he can wear it. But as somebody in the community who Chris likes, people who look up to Floyd Mayweather are going to tend to maybe lean toward Floyd, just like you
just like you and Mike,
with me and Mike, So when it comes to us drawing a line in the sand and saying we're not gonna put up with this foolishness, you should have known better when you put those blackface on your brand that it was wrong. We're not gonna stand for this.
Okay.
And I think Floyd got to kind of say, well, look, I like Gucci. I think what I would have done was saying, I like Gucci.
Right.
I'm going to keep buying Gucci, but I'm not going to the Gucci store right now. I'm going to stay away, let this kind of die down. And I'm Floyd Mayweather. I can have them come to my house.
I mean, the boycott was called for what? 3
It's like
months
he
or
openly
30 days?
rebelled.
Or-
T.I. called it for 3 months.
Okay.
It's like he openly rebelled against the movement,
Which
he can do.
Well, we do gotta point out that T.I. and Floyd Mayweather are heavily beefing.
Right.
So a lot of it
Well,
was
he
just,
already got the song out.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it was directly at T.I. Like, I'm gonna just do the opposite of T.I.
Yeah, and T.I. really put him
Wrote
out
a
there
song
with the
about him and
song.
everything.
I'm going to go third cousin removed on this one.
You can't really.
Do you know them at all?
Yeah, I kind of know him a little bit.
Okay.
Because I can kind of see where he's coming from, but at the
But
same
you hate when
time,
he comes spending the night.
he probably gonna come over and steal my toys
Right.
when he leave, and that's kind of what Floyd is reminding me of. It's kind of this out for himself type of thing, not really thinking about nobody else. And there is a bigger picture behind this.
I agree with
I mean, I for one completely agreed with the boycott of Gucci. I've been boycotting Gucci since they came out. Never bought one thing because I can't afford it.
'Cause you can't afford it.
Nope. So I was on that bandwagon way
Already.
before. I was like, y'all
I
need
was
to catch
already
up.
boycotting.
Yeah,
That's
y'all
crazy.
need to catch up with me. Been boycotting. But
I'm a Louis man myself,
I think that
and I don't have any Louis.
when you're in that type of spotlight, and I hope my nephew doesn't mind me using him as the example, but my nephew called me a couple of days ago about this podcast, and he said, "Listen, man, I now understand that with this podcast, I have influence."
Right.
Right? And he ain't on a Money Mayweather level, but yet he has influence. We have influence. There's somebody watching right now that will be influenced by something one of us or all three of us say.
Yeah.
And I think that Floyd being on the level that he is on, having the influence that he has, whether you want the responsibility or not, it comes with it. It's unfortunate that that's happened. I mean, I want to say it is unfortunate, but not unfortunate. But it comes with it. If you're going to be on that platform, it comes with it. And that's just what it is.
That's facts.
And so...
He's black, and he got a lot of black fans.
Yeah, and he's got to be responsible.
Yeah.
Our final segment of the show leads us to who I was just talking about, my nephew Christian. A little segment we like to call Christian's Intuition. What do you got for him, man?
Wow. Well, thank you for that beautiful introduction, man.
Absolutely,
that was
man.
heartfelt.
I worked on that for about 12
I
minutes.
felt every letter of it. Man, on a serious note, I would like to end in this culture. We're talking a lot about the things in culture in this episode. Every episode is not going to be like that. Sometimes we'll get into relationships, politics, things like that. But today, we really focused on a lot of things in the culture because I think we all agree it's just a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. In this culture, I want to encourage all the young entrepreneurs, all the young dreamers. I mean, I know from seeing my uncle as an artist, as a radio personality, Rozzy is a comedian, people who have talents and have gifts. Christian's intuition today comes from Zechariah 4, and it simply says, don't despise small beginnings. We live in a culture today where if you start something and you don't got 100 likes out the gate, people ridicule you, you feel like you ain't got no support, and you start to devalue the gifts that you even have. This podcast is a great example for me personally when my uncle called me and pitched it to me and told me the idea. Originally, I thought, my first thought was kind of like that cultural thing, which is like, man, are we going to have the support? Is anybody going to watch it? Is anybody? And then it hit me right after that, like, yo, what are we waiting for? Like, you know what I mean? What are you waiting for? Create your own thing. Start something. Do something different. Do something you've never done before. And I know this is something that's been on his heart for a while, too, because he's been in this entertainment industry. Like I said, he's seen the bad side. He's seen the good side. So I just want to encourage everybody that despising small beginnings is almost like the same thing as despising birth. Like if you have a new child and you hate your child because your child can't walk yet, or because you can't talk to your child yet, they can't hold a conversation yet with you. It's like, that's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous concept. But look at your dreams and your visions the same way. You got to start somewhere. Even if you don't have your business yet, get the logo for your business yet. Even if you don't got the website yet, get the domain name.
Yeah.
Take small steps towards where you want to be, and don't let this culture turn you into a follower. You know what I mean? It's all about likes and followers. Don't do everything for likes and don't do everything for followers. Don't despise small beginnings.
Wow, Rod, final thoughts?
My final thought is real quick, to the point, because I was born in the 70s. So even though I look lit and fresh, I'm an older dude. I'm starting to get a little bit older. And I see things that go on in the world, and it baffles me how some people get caught up in some of the things that they get caught up in. Now, I'm going to say something, hopefully that's going to bless a lot of people. And it's going to sound funny, but it makes a lot of sense. And I want all of y'all to remember this. When you see something that doesn't make sense and you sit around and for the life you try to figure it out, but you can't, remember this when you see people doing crazy and strange things. Crack babies are adults now. And they got kids too. That's my final thought.
I felt every piece of that.
Wow. Boy, that went, huh? Yeah.
That ain't going there. Crack babies are adults
No,
now.
I get it.
And they got kids.
Yeah, okay. My final thought is this. With this new podcast, obviously there are thousands and thousands and thousands of podcasts out there. And in times when you want to, like my nephew said, you want to start stuff, you start thinking about all the negative stuff and start thinking about the what ifs, and it tends to drive people to not do what they really want to do. But what I'm realizing is that we can all win. I don't care how many people have a podcast out there. They can all do good. We can all listen to them. I don't care how many people are rapping out there. I mean, I look for new music all the time. I'm constantly on Facebook seeing people asking for recommendations for movies and new music and new podcasts and things like that. And so I believe that whatever you're called for, the market can never be oversaturated. Go into it, do your thing, be great, and just let the fruits of your labor come, man. And I believe that if you do it with your heart, I believe it is something that is meant for you to do. The prosperity and everything that comes with it will come. My name is King.
Christian.
And Rod Z.
This is Relatively Speaking. We'll see y'all next week.
RSVP.
Crack babies are adults now.
What in the...